like it's 1996. So essentially we had a bunch of different conversations, and one of them was around, new wealth, individual donors, new generations that are getting money, the tech money, like there's all this new money moving. And some of the challenges folks are seeing with that is the ability to access or connect with that money, particularly because they're functioning a lot more leaner. They don't have as robust of staff. Maybe their staff isn't as connected to the work, and they're funding, they're like attracted to fund charismatic leaders and not necessarily doing the on the ground work, but it's like big money moving. And so that's where they're like, we can't fundraise like it's 1996, because then we got into this conversation right around how do we shift philanthropy, and it was like, well, philanthropy has like this much money in comparison to one, all the new wealth that's moving, and then the money that's in government. And so like, how are we thinking differently about our fundraising? But I think one critical challenge for groups is that like, we'd love to think differently about our fundraising if we understood what that landscape was, if we understood the players, if we had access to connect those folks, and actually if we even had the capacity to do that. So I think that there's like, there's acknowledgement that we all understand that there's like a whole lot of like new money out there that's not being tapped by our folks, but it's how do we then access it? And then we had a whole other conversation around like government and like the infiltration of government, because they have a lot of money, either like folks moving into government positions and holding budgets and moving whole budgets and more whole chunks of money to like where it should be, like and then also the possibility of in your own organizing work actually creating funding streams at the state level that are going to the practices that you want them to see to go to. So I'll stop there and let Ale kind of take over.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of different issues that came out from this conversation. I mean, I think another big piece that was uplifted was the importance of narrative and messaging, and being able to do fundraising work amongst all of the different channels. So what does that look like, and what is the role of like funders who are currently committed in supporting that? What else? Also engaging with unlikely allies. There was an example of like a partnership with like Life Nation, right? So like, who are other people outside of your usual suspects? But this goes back to the conversation around like understanding the landscape. And we didn't really talk about it too much, but there are 3 intermediaries in this group. Mm-hmm. And I feel like this is kind of where we should also think about the role of us, as adding capacity to your organizations to be able to understand these landscapes, and for us to bring your work in front of other philanthropic partners. What else? Yeah, I mean, there was just a lot.